Imagine logging into your favorite online poker site, ready to play a few hands, only to find it completely shut down, your money inaccessible, and the site under investigation by the FBI. The nightmare became a reality for thousands of players on April 15, 2011. But how did it all happen? Let's rewind and unravel the events leading up to this dark day. The early 2000s were the golden age of online poker, with sites like PokerStars, Full Tilt Poker, and Absolute Poker leading the charge. The game saw an explosion in popularity. Celebrities were playing, tournaments were huge, and anyone with an internet connection could try their luck. By 2003, the poker boom was in full swing, fueled by Chris Moneymaker's historic World Series of Poker win, where an amateur player turned a $39 online satellite entry into a $2.5 million prize. This was the dream, and every man's ticket to riches. Online gambling laws in the US were murky at best. The Wire Act of 1961 was initially intended to target sports betting, but its ambiguous language left room for interpretation regarding online poker. In 2006, the Unlawful Internet Gambling Enforcement Act was passed, specifically targeting the financial transactions related to online gambling. This didn't make online poker explicitly illegal, but it did prohibit US banks from processing transactions related to online gaming. The major poker sites found loopholes, using third-party payment processors to continue serving American players, a strategy that would eventually backfire. In the years leading up to Black Friday, the Department of Justice was quietly building its case. They were investigating how these poker sites processed payments, often disguising transactions as online retail purchases to evade detection. This elaborate scheme involved shell companies, misleading transaction codes, and a network of complicit banks and payment processors. The poker sites were aware of the risks but believed they were untouchable due to their popularity and the gray legal landscape. These poker companies were operating on borrowed time. They exploited every loophole they could find, but the United States Department of Justice was patient, building a comprehensive case that would ultimately lead to a significant crackdown. Then came April 15, 2011, Black Friday. The United States Department of Justice unsealed indictments against the founders of PokerStars, Full Tilt Poker, and Absolute Poker, charging them with bank fraud, money laundering, and illegal gambling offenses. They seized the domains, effectively shutting down the sites and freezing players' accounts. The poker community was in shock. The indictments revealed that the sites had used fraudulent methods to trick banks into processing billions of dollars in transactions, disguised as payments for things like jewelry and golf balls. Thousands of online poker players woke up to find their favorite sites inaccessible. The US government has taken action against the 3 largest poker sites, accusing them of running an illegal gambling operation and using fraudulent means to process payments. Thousands of players suddenly found themselves unable to access their funds. The online poker world was in chaos. Players took to forums, social media, and news outlets to express their disbelief and frustration. PokerStars quickly stepped up to refund players. But Full Tilt and Absolute Poker weren't so fortunate. The immediate reaction was a mixture of disbelief and panic, with many players wondering if they would ever see their money again. I remember waking up that day trying to log into my account and seeing that it was completely shut down. It was surreal. We all knew there were risks, but we never thought it would come to this. Full Tilt Poker, once a titan in the industry, was revealed to be insolvent. The site had been using player deposits to cover operational costs and pay out large bonuses to its executives. This mismanagement led to a massive shortfall, and players' funds were at risk. The scandal deepened when it was disclosed that Full Tilt owed players approximately $390 million while holding only $60 million in reserves. It wasn't until PokerStars acquired Full Tilt in a deal with the DOJ that players were eventually repaid. Full Tilt Poker's financial troubles have been exposed, revealing a massive shortfall in player funds. The company's executives are facing intense scrutiny, and players are left wondering if they will ever see their money again. Absolute Poker and UB, both part of the same network, were also heavily impacted. These sites had already been marred by previous scandals, including the infamous super user cheating scandal. Black Friday was the final nail in the coffin. Players were left in the dark about their funds, with some waiting years for any restitution. It wasn't until 2017, 6 years later, that a portion of players' funds was automatically returned. I had a significant amount of money on Absolute Poker, and it just vanished overnight. It took years before I saw any of it again, and even then it was only a fraction of what I had. Black Friday had a profound impact on the online poker industry. It took years for the market to stabilize, and even today, the scars remain. However, it also paved the way for a more regulated environment. States like New Jersey, Nevada, and Delaware now had legalized and regulated online poker, offering players a safer and more secure way to play. The road to recovery has been long and challenging, but the industry has adapted and evolved. Black Friday was a wake-up call for the poker industry. It highlighted the need for regulation and transparency. While it was a dark day for poker, it also set the stage for a more stable and secure future. While Black Friday was a dark chapter in poker history, it also set the stage for a new era of transparency and regulation. The online poker world is evolving with new technologies and more states considering legalization. If there's one thing we've learned, it's that poker players are resilient and the game will always find a way to thrive. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more poker content, and let us know in the comments what you think about Black Friday and its impact on poker. Until next time, keep your cards close and your chips closer.